I need a category. May I introduce... The ad never mentioned bringing your own gun, and we got $3,000 in the pot. Let's rock. Considering this war lasted more years than its name indicates, which of the following wars could be accused of false advertising? The 6-Day War, the 10 Years' War, the 30 Years' War, or the 100 Years' War? The 100 Years' War actually lasted 116 years. But after it was all over, the world saw glorious peace for 2 whole weeks. All right, hit me. Say hello to Going, Gone Up. I'm giving out $3,000 for a right answer. Put your tray in the upright position. It's time for takeoff. How might you say that the country now called Ghana went about changing its soapy name? It rinsed away the Gold Coast, it rid itself of the Tan Dial, it cleansed the Ivory Coast, or it washed off the Keme. Oh boy, shouldn't have done that. Should have picked this. When the British colony of the Gold Coast gained independence, it changed its name to Ghana. Apparently, it was tired of dropping itself in the shower. I have no idea what that means. Okay, pick a category. Open wide and get ready for those darn Nazis. And you pocket $2,000 if you get this one. In a lost episode of Hogan's Heroes, Colonel Klink decides to show our lovable crew of ragtag prisoners of war just how tough he can really be. What punishment could Colonel Klink inflict upon Hogan and his men that would be allowable under the Geneva Convention? Burn Publishers' clearinghouse entries, make them wear nothing but the American flag, feed them nothing but Sergeant Schultz's leftovers, or make them work as a German top 40 band? The Geneva Convention allows prisoners of war to be employed in non-military duties. And besides, I think the world could use another version of 99 Luft balloons. Category, please. Pucker up for Francis Scott off-key. $1,000 at stake on this one. All right, suppose that at long last there's a video to go along with the national anthem. It displays visually what the lyrics in the song are describing. If the Star-Spangled Banner's video were to be played backwards, which of the following would be the last thing you would see? The rocket's red glare, bombs bursting in air, the dawn's early light, or twilight's last gleaming? The dawn's early light is in the second line of the song, so it would be the last thing you would experience. Well, you know, on weekends, the dawn's early light is usually the last thing I experience. Okay, I need a category. You don't wanna blow it on number 5. Okay, give it up for... Brr! A hairdresser just walked over my grave. Looks like this one's going for $1,000. Just step up and take a swing at this one. If your hairdresser talked you into a permafrost, what styling tips would you get?
Dry upside down to hit the stratosphere. Frozen Earth needs deep conditioning. Gel controls the glacier's volume.
Or...
they'll emerge from the pupas in May.
Permafrost is Earth that's been frozen for at least 2 years. The cool part of frozen hair is if your hair dies, it can be brought back to life once there's a cure for the Rachel. I need a category. Now serving. I guess they were lonelier than we thought. Get it right, I'm handing over 2K. Let's imagine Hollywood is going to make a sequel to the hit mermaid movie Splash. If the casting director were to make the same mistake as the sailors of old, which creature might be mistakenly cast as the beautiful mermaid? A manatee, a sperm whale, a seahorse, or a jellyfish? Lonely sailors would often mistake the manatee's large breasts and slightly forked rear fins for a mermaid. And they settled for Daryl Hannah? All right, hit me.
Hey, look over there. It's question 7.
The selection is Pac-Man, the later years. This one can net you $1,000. Put it in gear, 'cause here we go. If Pac-Man gave up gobbling pellets and started a new career as a Pac-Man, what would he do? Perform as a rap artist, work as a lobbyist in Washington, D.C., join the Pac-Man Addicts Council, or backpack in Australia? A PAC, or Political Action Committee, serves as a political lobby for special interest groups. So maybe Pac-Man could finally get legislation passed that requires ghosts to stay blue longer. Okay, pick a category. Shake hands with. Good fellas, bad fellas, all kinds of fellas. How does $2,000 sound? Okay, let me just say for the record that De Niro is the greatest actor who ever lived. You're my man, Bobby. In his wide and varied film career, what challenging role has Robert De Niro not yet attempted? A Jewish gangster, an Irish gangster, a Cuban gangster, or an Italian gangster? Unlike Al Pacino, De Niro has never played the part of a Cuban gangster. But he did have his skull cut square to prepare for his role as a cubic gangster. Category, please. is number 9. This one likes to go by 1 gallon milk, dozen eggs, invade Belgium, $2,000 for a correct answer. Okay, how do you take over the world? Well, a day planner might be a start. On which of these to-do lists would Hitler have checked off every item? Take France, ally with Britain, buy beer, take Austria, pick up shirts, invade Poland, trim mustache, lose Stalingrad, surrender, or get milk bomb Hawaii, call Herman. Hitler took Austria, he invaded Poland, and old newspaper photographs tell us he wore shirts. And what wasn't checked off? Well, he never shaved off that mustache, and he completely forgot to pick up a sense of human decency. Man, I hate that. Okay, I need a category. Holy group interaction! You're about to play a three-way. Okay, listen up. This is pretty simple. You're going to see a three-way like this one. When the correct three-way member is lit up, buzz in. If you make a match, you pocket $1,000. But be wary, it'll cost you $1,000 every time you buzz in and you're wrong. Okay, party time. The category for this little number is, we pray to an invisible god named Charlie. Once upon a time, there were 3 little girls who went to the police academy. Now they work for me. My name is Cookie. Their names are Sabrina, Jill, and Kelly, better known as Charlie's Angels. Alrighty, watch your buzzer. Here we go. Woohoo! Hey! Wow, let's let the smoke clear and assess the damage. Not the best and not the worst, but let's see how your overall score looks. Okay, either you finished round 1 or you have another round to go. You know, depending on how you look at these things. Every question in round 2 is worth twice as much, so we got some serious cash at stake here. Let's get to it. I need a category.
Don't look now!
Don't look now.
It's question 11!
This little number's known as, he's dating a woman old enough to be his ancestor. $2,000 says you don't know this one. Hey, it's time for another episode of the dating game. Which of these bachelors would be the best at dating some old fossil? Bachelor number H1, bachelor number C14, bachelor number O3, or carbon-14 is a carbon isotope used in dating fossils as old as 50,000 years.
And bachelor number C14 is a spontaneous radioactive guy who knows how to have a good time. He says he's the half-life of every party.
All right, hit me. The category is, it's 9 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are? One right answer and $6,000 head your way. Let's see if you can wrap your head around this. In which of these situations would you most likely find a spermophile? Hiding inside your daughter's gym shorts, crawling around Central Park at 4 a.m., swimming at the beach with your son, or inserting quarters at the local peep show? Help! You're drowning! Should have picked this. A spermophile is a ground squirrel, so you probably find one crawling around Central Park, which is all too normal. I mean, those squirrels are freaking sex maniacs. Okay, pick a category.
Swing your partner 1 in 3. A do-si-do for the big 13.
Here we have Stephen King of the Hill. Set up straight. This one's worth $6,000. All right, put on your thinking cap. Yeah, that one right there on the coffee table. And see if you can figure out this analogy. Stephen King is to Richard Bachman as Carrie is to Cujo, Peter Straub is to Billy Joe Straub, Ben Franklin is to Richard Saunders, or Stephen Crane is to Bachman Turner Overdrive. Go get it! Just as Stephen King published a couple of things under the pseudonym Richard Bachman, Ben Franklin published Poor Richard's Almanac under the name of Richard Saunders. And the movie version sucked. Category, please.
Ain't no love like number 14.
The category? Let's French. 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. Okay, see if you can help me solve this wacky equation. Louis XIV plus Punky Brewster equals Band de Soleil Moon Fry, Le Roi Soleil Moon Fry, Cirque du Soleil Moon Fry, or Je ne sais Moon Fry Pop. Louis XIV was known as the Sun King, or Le Roi Soleil, and actress Soleil Moon Fry played Punky Brewster in the mid-'80s. Louis XIV had the longest reign in European history. Punky Brewster can be seen in syndication. Okay, I need a category. I got some good news for you. You're about to move into a dis or dat. This dis or dat's category name is Battlefields of the Network War. Okay, listen up. I'm going to read off the names of 7 places, and for each one, I want you to tell me if it was the setting of a Civil War battle or the setting of a television show. If the name comes up and it's a Civil War battle, punch the square button. If it's the setting of a television show, hit the circle button and press the triangle button to skip. Each correct answer will net you $1,000, and you lose $1,000 if you get it wrong or if you don't get to it at all. All right, let's put 30 seconds on the clock. Let's go in. Gettysburg, Civil War. Mayberry. Port Charles. Antietam. Twin Peaks. Hooterville. Last one, Chickamauga. You only missed one, not too bad. Let's add your winnings to your total. There you go. All right, let's move on. I need a category. Coming at you. Bob Dylan, the science guy. Think you could handle $6,001 bills? Over the years, Bob Dylan has posed us many puzzling questions, and thankfully now science can answer them. Using the Beaufort scale of measurement, which of these Bob Dylan questions could you answer? How hard change is blowing in the wind? How hard rain is it gonna fall? How many roads a man must walk down? Or how much he dilates just like a woman? The correct answer is... the Beaufort scale is used to rate wind speed. Unfortunately, the Bob Dylan question that science still can't answer is, what did he say? All right, hit me.
Number 17.
Let's see what we got going. Name that moon. Get a right answer, you're walking away with $4,000. Heads up, here it comes. If somebody moons you and their butt is at its apogee, what is true? They're as close to you as they can get, they're as far away from you as they can get, their butt is blocking out the sun, or their butt is made of green cheese. If that's how they express their closeness to you, I'd say you still have a ways to go with your relationship. See, now, I could have given you some cash if you pick this. When the moon is at its apogee, it is at its farthest point from the Earth. Hey, just be glad the moon doesn't have an atmosphere. Okay, pick a category. And this one is licensed to be ill. You get 4,000 clams for this one. Let's see how you handle this one. Because the World Health Organization has declared the world free of this disease, what should you definitely not say when you call in sick to work? This scarlet fever is a real bitch. I came down with pneumonia last night. Won't be in today due to smallpox. Or, I've got a wicked case of chicken pox. Scarlet fever? No, but it's nothing compared to Pac-Man fever. Take it from me. Bet you wish you'd pick this. The World Health Organization declared in 1980 that the world is free of smallpox. That's right about the time they declared the world free of disco, too, and they weren't right about that, were they? Category, please. Step right up for question 19. Well, what do we have here? Eating healthy on a budget. And it's worth $2,000 if you get this one right. Want to know how I keep myself so fit and trim? I eat what the government tells me to. According to the USDA's food pyramid, what should you eat the most of each day? Fruit roll-ups, Velveeta cheese spread, Captain Crunch cereal, or Lay's potato chips? The USDA recommends more servings from the cereal and bread group than from any other group. And just think of all the yo-yos and temporary tattoos. Okay, I need a category.
Question number 20.
Well, looks like this category is Wolf Blitzer. I don't even wolf know her. How does $4,000 grab you? Okay, for this next question, I want you to get down on all fours and howl. Which of these is not a Wolfgang? Peterson, Bach, Mozart, or Jack? There's the famous radio personality Wolfman Jack, but not a Wolfgang Jack. Frankly, I don't care if he's a Wolfman or a Wolfgang, but if he pees on my couch, I'm going to kick his ass. I need a category. Looks like you've jacked before. Commit this clue to memory. It'll save your life someday. The geography formerly known as... Time to get out all those obsolete maps you have lying around the house. Okay, here we go. Nicely played. Let's see how you affected your final score. That's the game. Congratulations, my friend. You made it through an entire game by yourself and you came out on top. Not many people can say that, but I know plenty of people who can say,